Okay, Wally. We all know about your experience in the industry, obviously running Auto Recyclers for so long, and you were the ARC chairman for a long time. You have lots of experience in the industry, but can you tell people about what you're going to do with ARC and your plans for ARC?
Looking at ARC, initially what I want to do is reach out and re-engage with all of the members. So each one of the provincial associations and their boards, in which I've actually begun that process now. Want to reach out, just reconnect, and see what issues are currently on the table and some of the upcoming challenges, and seeing what kind of synergy there can be there for ARC to assist in moving some of their goals and objectives forward, and see if there's any projects and items that we need to actually be looking at as a national association, as they may affect other recyclers across the country.
Mm-hmm. I know, obviously, you're the expert behind Carrick, and is there any plans to expand that kind of across Canada?
So Carrick is Canada-wide. We are actually in the process right now of modernizing Carrick. There is a module that needs to be added that the electric vehicle file has to be considered and included in Carrick moving forward. And there's going to be some discussions at our next ARC board meeting on Sunday to discuss some other items that might be beneficial to the industry. So that is actually a project in the works. But yeah, Carrick is going to be updated. We're going to have a Carrick 2.0, if you will, probably within the next 6 to 9 months.
Amazing. That's so great. And that's provincially for across the Canada?
Yeah, Carrick is it is Carrick. Carrick is Canada-wide, and it is a requirement. So anybody joining one of the national association or one of the provincial associations have to meet the code, and they have to be audited by a third-party auditor. So it is what is the lifeblood of ARC. It is something that has moved the industry forward in the last 7 or 8 years. And I think it's going to continue to be the backbone of how we keep legitimizing and keep auto recycling and the professionalism in auto recycling moving forward.
Absolutely. I think we're very fortunate to have somebody with your experience, both in government and, as you know, running an auto recycling facility. As you told me a few months ago, you did every single role in the facility as you were taking it over. Yep. So how did the ARC position come about? Like, I know you were chairman a few years ago or for 10 years. Yep. And how did this all come about?
I had discussions. Initially, I was asked to interview for the Aura executive position. Realizing when I did that, knowing the board members, knowing the room, knowing the people that are involved, realizing the time commitment that they were looking for probably wasn't going to be a good match for me, as I'm towards the later end of my career, not the beginning of my career. And I had some discussions with Steve moving forward that initially Steve was not, or at that point, it wasn't clear that Steve was looking to move out of the ARC role. Steve reached out and we had a discussion about, what moving forward looked like and if I might be would consider moving into that role. I was a little surprised initially, but, Steve and I have got a great synergy. We've always had a great relationship. As he said at one of the presentations earlier, we can finish each other's sentences. We've got that kind of an energy between us.
You said good cop, bad cop a bit when we were talking a few months ago.
Yeah, and that'll actually be coming up in my speech and tribute. But yeah, every time Steve and I went into a meeting, be it government or otherwise, usually government, we used to always have this role, and I'd always ask him, so what are we doing? He says, good cop, bad cop. And I always used to ask him, so which am I? And he just looked at me like, obviously you're the bad cop. And I'm like, oh, obviously.
Because you get stuff done. You get stuff done.
But it worked. Steve and I have worked well together. It works. And I look forward to the next year, 2-3 years, as he's still involved in the IRT, and he's going to still be available to continue to mentor and continue to give guidance on some of those high level files that a lot of the stuff he keeps up here. Mm-hmm. And I really look forward to that relationship to continue, because we work very, very well together.
Absolutely. I've seen the two of you. The new dynamic is amazing. Yes. And I'm excited to work with you on CAR in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to have a closer relationship in the future.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Wally.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.